The faint glow of the morning sun crept through the curtains, casting long shadows across a pristine bedroom. A boy stood in front of a mirror, his sharp gaze locked on his reflection. The suit he wore was immaculate, tailored perfectly to his frame. Yet the boy wasn't admiring his appearance. Instead, he was steeling himself, as if preparing for a battle. "Today," he muttered, "is the first step in reclaiming everything they took from me." But what could have driven such determination? What past fueled this quest for revenge? Years ago, he wasn't this confident, polished figure. He was a shy, overweight child who only wanted to be accepted. Back then, he had one glimmer of hope in his life, a kind, beautiful girl who seemed to see past his insecurities. She made him believe he could be something more. But it was all a lie. One day, her words cut deeper than any blade. "You're nothing but a pig," she sneered in front of everyone, shattering his fragile world. That moment became the spark, igniting a fire that would consume him for years. How does someone recover from a betrayal like that? The boy didn't wallow in despair. No, he made a vow to himself. He would change. For years, he dedicated himself to a grueling regimen. Early mornings filled with intense workouts, long nights studying, and endless hours perfecting his social skills transformed him into a completely different person. The shy, chubby child was gone. In his place stood a confident, handsome teenager. He wasn't just physically different. His demeanor had changed too. He was colder, calculated, and driven by a singular purpose: to make her fall for him and break her heart, just as she had broken his. But could revenge really heal old wounds? The plan was set in motion the moment he stepped into the prestigious school she now attended. His entrance turned heads. Whispers filled the hallways as students speculated about the new, mysterious transfer. Yet, amidst the buzz, his eyes only searched for one person. When he finally saw her, it was like a punch to the gut. She hadn't changed at all. Her radiant smile and graceful demeanor were still intact, making it even harder to reconcile the cruelty she'd shown him in the past. But he quickly pushed those thoughts aside. The game was about to begin. He didn't approach her right away. No, that would be too easy. Instead, he orchestrated encounters, each one designed to leave an impression. A casual but confident introduction, a subtle display of intelligence during a class debate, a kind gesture that seemed almost accidental. It wasn't long before she began to notice him. The girl who had once humiliated him was now intrigued, maybe even smitten. But the closer they became, the more complicated his emotions grew. Could he go through with his plan? When the lines between hate and affection blurred so easily? One day, as they sat together under a cherry blossom tree, she opened up about her past. She admitted she had made mistakes, that she wasn't proud of the person she used to be. Her words caught him off guard. "Do people like me deserve a second chance?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Her vulnerability stirred something in him. For the first time, he saw her not as the villain of his story, but as someone who might be just as lost as he was. But was this an act, or had she truly changed? His carefully constructed plan began to crumble as he spent more time with her. Memories of their past started to mix with the moments they shared in the present. Her laughter, her kindness, even her subtle quirks, it all felt genuine. Yet, the scars of his childhood were still fresh, and they screamed for retribution. Was it possible to forgive someone who had caused so much pain? Could he let go of the past and move forward? Or would he let revenge consume him completely? Their relationship reached a tipping point during a school festival. He had orchestrated the perfect moment to humiliate her in front of everyone, just as she had done to him. The stage was set, the crowd gathered, and all he needed to do was pull the trigger. But as he watched her smile, completely unaware of his plans, something inside him shifted. Was this really who he wanted to be? He remembered the years of hard work, the nights spent dreaming of this moment, and the bitterness that fueled his journey. But he also remembered the weight of loneliness, the longing for connection, and the kindness he once sought from her. As he stood there, frozen, a memory flashed in his mind. the old version of himself, begging for kindness, for a chance to belong. Would he now become the same person who destroyed him? In that moment, he faced a choice that would define him: cling to the bitterness of the past or embrace the possibility of a different future. What do you think he'll do? Will he complete his mission of revenge, or will he find a way to let go of the pain that has defined him for so long? This story is far from over, and the answers lie just around the corner. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the next chapter of this emotional journey.